What's up, folks? It's Andy here. I wanted to do a hopefully quick video showing exactly how I am connecting my Twitch chat to MIDI, meaning I'm allowing my Twitch chat to control my pedalboard in certain ways. So a lot of people are wondering technically how that's done, so I wanted to do a little explanation and show y'all how it works. So I'm going to switch to this desktop scene for you so we can look at it. So everything that I'm doing with MIDI and chat is through this application called Touch Portal right here. So that's what you're seeing right here, and its main purpose is to kind of be a Stream Deck replacement, like the Elgato Stream Deck, so you can use any tablet and come up with all kinds of stuff to do with it for your stream, changing scenes and changing a bunch of stuff and whatever. So that's kind of the main purpose of it, but Touch Portal has a couple other things. It has plugins, so you can add additional stuff to Touch Portal to make it do more things, connect to more services. And it also has events, so it can handle Twitch events. Basically, it allows you to say, okay, when something happens, do all these things I tell you to do. So yeah, and then another thing to know here about this is, so I'm using Touch Portal, and I'm using a MIDI plugin for Touch Portal that is currently in beta. So it's not available publicly yet, and the way I got access to it was by joining the Touch Portal Discord server and poking around in there and talking to people a little bit and said, hey, can I get into the beta MIDI program? And they let me in, so that's great. So the first thing I want to show you, so events over here is where you handle Twitch events that come in. I have a bunch of crap here, don't worry about it. Flows here are series of things that you can put together and invoke them all at once. So I'm going to show you a couple things that I have set up right now on my hologram microcosm. I have two sort of flows or whatever. One where it performs a hold on the microcosm for 30 seconds and then lets go. And another one where you just crank the mix up to full for 30 seconds and then crank it back. So I'm going to show you what this looks like. This is the hold for 30 seconds command. And so the way Touch Portal works is you can pull in all these things from the side and do all kinds of actions or whatever, but these blue turquoise messages you're seeing here are MIDI messages I'm sending out. This is from the beta Touch Portal plugin. So what's happening here, the first thing to happen is say I'm going to send a MIDI message to A, which is my MIDI interface. I've got a USB MIDI interface. It's just saying what I'm sending out to. I'm saying I'm sending control change, channel 11, data 1 is 48, data 2 is 64. So that may not seem like what the hell is that, right? Well, I had to look up the manual for the microcosm, which I'm controlling here. And CC number 48 via the documentation is the hold function. And if you send a number above 60, I believe, you turn it on. And if you send a number below 60, it turns it off. So basically what's happening here is I'm sending a message saying, hey, turn hold on. And then I'm sending a message saying turn mix all the way up. And then I'm telling Touch Portal to wait for 30 seconds. And then I'm doing the opposite. I'm telling it to turn the mix back down to 0 right here. So MIDI CC number 9 is the mix. So you can see right before the wait, I turned it up to full, 127, and then right after the wait, I turned it down to 0. And then after that, I turned the hold off. So I send another CC value, CC data number 48 value 1, which will turn it off. Okay? And if I want to test this real quick, I've got a button here in front of me, this one called hold test. If I click it, you'll see that all it does when I press that is it's going to execute that flow that we were just looking at. So I'm going to press save there, and then I'm going to press this button on my iPad, which is right in front of me, which looks just like this. So I'm going to press this button right now. Hold test. Okay, I just pressed it. And now you should see, let me switch to this. So this microcosm is blue now, it's being held. So in a few seconds, it's going to unhold because Touch Portal is waiting right now. We're waiting, we're waiting, we're waiting. We're waiting. All right, and then 30 seconds was up and it turned itself off. So that worked, which is great. So now you're probably saying, all right, well, how do you hook that up to the chat? Well, that's what the events are for here in Touch Portal, folks. So I have a couple events down here called micro hold 30 seconds and then 30-second full mix microcosm. My naming conventions are not great. But the micro hold 30 seconds, I'm going to edit this one. So this is the part that actually connects the chat to this thing. And now with Touch Portal, you can trigger stuff based on almost anything. You can trigger it based on messages in chat. So if you see a particular word in chat, you can do a thing. I have this set up currently to be based on a channel point redemption. So you can see I have the name of the event here, micro hold 30 seconds. The event here I chose, there's a bunch of events you can choose, but I chose Twitch on channel points redeemed. So that's what I picked. The cooldown time of 45 seconds doesn't actually matter. The queue lane matters, I'll talk about that in a second. So all I did here, this is what pops up when you choose on channel points redeemed for this event. And all I did was type in the name of the channel point redemption that I have on Twitch. So I have to go onto Twitch and create a new channel point thing and make sure I call it this. That's all I got to do. And so once someone redeems that, all of this stuff will then happen. So what happens? All right, so I've got a couple things here that are kind of for a little notification system I have on my OBS and whatnot. So I make a little string that's like, oh, who redeemed it? So I pull the redeemer value, which you can do like that. And then I'm saying, oh, that person is freezing Michael for a little while. So then I open this file and write that to it, and then OBS does some stuff on its end. It's like, oh, this file changed. I'm going to display that for a second. That's how that works. But then we execute the flow just like I did with the button. So this is microcosm hold 30 seconds. And then it clears that file. It's going to say, oh, Michael is off now, so the 30 seconds is over. So what does that look like, actually? Well, I'm going to pull this back up. I'm going to save this in Touch Portal, and what I'm going to do in my Twitch chat... Well, I should show you this, huh? All right, here's my Twitch channel, okay? I'm going to go to the actual channel. And then I'm going to go to the chat. Click on this channel point redemption thing and we'll see the rewards pop up. All right, cool. So I've got 30-second microcosm hold right here for 300 channel points. I'm going to click that and redeem it, okay? Click, redeem, and then it just happened. So look, Andy Othling is freezing Michael for a little while. It's frozen. And then we wait for 30 seconds, and then we should get a little notification that it's over. So wait a little bit, wait a little bit. We're waiting. And there it goes. Michael is off now. So that works. So we've effectively, you know, connected chat to a physical pedal on my board, which is very cool. And the last thing I want to say too is I have a couple different things. I have two things that can be done here, obviously. There's the one I just showed you, the micro hold 30 seconds, and then there's just a 30-second full mix on microcosm. Some of you might be wondering, well, what happens when those get redeemed at the same time? Like, what happens? You know, there might be weirdness there, which you're correct. There could be weirdness. But the nice thing about Touch Portal is it has this queuing lane system. So for each of these events, you can choose a queue lane. You can see I've chosen queue lane 3. You can also choose not queued, so it'll just, whenever this event happens, it'll just do the thing. But since I'm in queue lane 3 and I made sure this other event was also in queue lane 3, then if there's a scenario where two different people redeem these at the same time, it'll put them in line. So it'll do one full thing. It'll do the MIDI commands, wait 30 seconds, do the MIDI commands, and then end. And then it'll go on to the next one and do those MIDI commands and do the wait and then do it again. So that's a really nice feature of Touch Portal that allows this to not get insanely complicated, even though it's a little complicated. So, folks, that's kind of the basics of it. Touch Portal. I love Touch Portal. And this beta MIDI plugin is very cool. So that's the basics of how I'm connecting Twitch chat to MIDI, and I love it. So, you know, if you're not already on my Twitch, come over and hang out sometime. Twitch.tv/AndyOthling. So that's all. All right, see you later.